In 2006, he tried to sell New Zealand at a starting price of less than a cent.
You're going to sell in New Zealand? Oh my goodness. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Okay, today I'm going to react on a video of Bright Side. Please do support this channel by subscribing it too. And today we're going to see 24 things that only happen in Australia. Wow. I can't wait to see what is the things so special only happen that in Australia. And first of all, before I started, please do support my channel by subscribing it. For those who already subscribed, thank you so much. For those who are still not subscribing it, please do so because I'm going to appreciate all that. Without further ado, let's go and watch that 25 things that only happen in Australia. Let's go everyone. Are you guys ready? Let's get started.
Good day, mate. As you've probably guessed, I'm greeting you from the land down under, where people pay with plastic money, some fish are over 300 million years old, and cockroach racing is a big deal. You better listen up, or else my friend, the drop bear, will find you. If only it were real. Number 1. To get an idea of how huge Australia is, just imagine this. There's a cattle ranch called Anna Creek Station that's bigger than Israel. With an area of 5,851,000 acres, it's the largest working cattle ranch in the world, and it's 7 times larger than America's biggest, located in Texas. Number 2. You might have seen a lot of weird eBay listings, but one guy from Australia out-weirded them all. In 2006, he tried to sell New Zealand at a starting price of less than a cent.
You're going to sell in New Zealand? Oh my goodness. Only in Australia, okay?
It escalated quickly, but when the price reached $2,100 with 22 bidders, eBay closed the auction. They explained that a nation of 5 million was definitely not for sale. Number 3. If you're over 18 years old, then you're legally old enough to vote in Australia.
Wow.
But missing a vote without a good reason will cost you anywhere from $20 to $50. 20 is for first-timers, and if you do it again, it rises to 50.
You need to pay for that? Oh my.
If you refuse to pay the fine, be prepared to say goodbye to your driver's license.
Goodbye, driving license.
What does the Sydney Opera House look like to you? A bunch of sails? In fact, the architect who designed it was inspired when eating an orange.
Wow.
If you put together the segments, it would be a perfect sphere. Danish architect Jorn Utzon never got to see his masterpiece completed since he moved back to his country when financing was suspended after 9 years of working on the project.
Oh, pity on him.
Number 5. There are 150 random giant sculptures across the country. Giant statues of mushrooms, acorns, ants, boxing crocodile, and whatnot are placed along roads to attract tourists. It's hard
150, okay? 150. That's a lot.
to resist the temptation of a giant cheese statue that was made for selfies, you know. Some people even deliberately go on road trips to take pictures of all the big things of Australia, as they're called. Number 6. Normally, road signs give you precautions or inform you about something.
Yeah, that one is normal
In
one.
Australia, some roads are so long and boring that they put signs there to entertain drivers. They can contain images of rich local fauna or trivia questions to keep you alert.
Look at the kangaroo.
And possibly even save your life in the fatigue zone. Number 7. What could be even better than trivia at saving your life? A seatbelt, of course. In 1970, the Australian state of Victoria became the first on the planet to introduce the compulsory seatbelt law for drivers and front seat passengers.
Victoria is the first. Oh, for to ensure that the law for seatbelt is compulsory. Victoria just started.
Number 8. Americans were the first to patent the UGG brand.
UGG.
The legendary boots actually come from Australia.
Oh, really?
Peasants have been wearing sheepskin turned inside out as boots since the beginning of the 20th century. The locals call them very ugly boots and wear them both outside and inside. Why inside?
Very
Because
ugly.
when it's cold outside, the houses are really cold too. So Uggs can help you keep warm.
Yeah.
Number 9.
Uggs help you.
Since 1988, Australian money has been made out of polymer, a special kind of plastic.
Yeah.
Australia was the first country in the world to introduce plastic money.
First country in this world also introduced plastic money. Australia, amazingly.
It's more practical since it stays in good condition for a longer time than paper banknotes. One cool
Yeah.
fact about plastic bills here
It's more
is that
safety.
if you tear a $10 bill in 2 parts, you
Uh-huh.
can use each half as a $5 bill.
Is it?
Number 10.
Is it true?
Australia
Oh
is such a
goodness.
great place to be that at least 70 tourists overstay their visas every week. According to the Australian Department of Home Affairs, there are at least 62,000 people who came to the country for a vacation and stayed forever.
62,000 people coming to Australia and then stay forever in Australia. Oh my. What is so interesting about Australia? I can imagine it. Very special.
It might be the really good salaries and social support, the striking beauty of the country, or something in the water that makes them choose Australia over their home
Something in the
countries.
water?
Number 11. In Australia, rent-a-grandma services are pretty popular.
A grandma
What's the difference
service?
between a regular nanny and a professional grandma? The first will take care of your kids, and the second will take care of everything in your household, just like a real grandma
course.
would. They babysit, pet sit, cook like chefs, help arranging events, and can even be your personal assistants. And they come
Wow.
with a 60-day guarantee period, so if something goes wrong, you can get another grandma.
Wow,
Number
a
12.
grandma for
The
rent.
super famous Australian name Kylie comes from the name of an Aboriginal
Kylie.
Noongar hunting stick, something like a boomerang. It became popular in the 1970s thanks to local writer Kylie
Kylie.
Tennant, who was actually called Kathleen but used her childhood nickname Kylie as her pen name. By the way, the most popular girl's name in Australia for the last 3 years is Charlotte, inspired by the
Charlotte?
daughter of Prince William.
Oh, I
Number
see.
13. Australia is home to the longest golf course on the planet.
Yeah.
Nullarbor Links is an 18-hole par 72 golf course that's
Whoa.
850 miles long. It
850
stretches across
miles.
the 2 southern coast states and was opened in 2009.
The largest one, I
14.
think.
The first police force down under was made up entirely of convicts. In 1788, Governor Arthur Phillip decided the country needed someone to help fight the growing crime, so he created the Night Watch. 12 of the best-behaved convicts were selected to patrol the settlement.
Oh,
A few other
This is
convicts
the-
became members of the Sydney
the
Foot
history.
Police, and in 30 years, there were over 60 constables in Sydney, most of them previous
previous
convicts.
convicts.
15.
Oh,
There was
that
a
was
fun incident
good.
at the official opening ceremony of the Sydney Harbour Bridge in 1932. Francis de Groot, who was a retired cavalry officer, decided to steal the show and slice through the ceremonial ribbon with his sword before
Wow.
the New South Wales Premier, Jack Lang. As a result, de Groot was charged for the damaged ribbon, which had to be retied, and the poor guy was taken to a mental hospital.
Oh,
Number
poor
16.
him.
The Australian national soccer team set a world record in 2001 when it beat American Samoa 31-0.
Oh my, 31?
The 2002 FIFA World Cup qualifying game and brought the Aussies the largest ever victory in an international football match. Number 17.
31 goals.
Even though it's really easy to find kangaroo meat in supermarkets and restaurants across the country, it's not what Australians eat all the time, despite the common stereotype.
Can eat the
In
kangaroos?
fact, around 3,300 tons of it, or 70% of the product, is exported to 60 countries around the world. And you can stick that fact in your pouch. Number 18. The wombat is the only animal
Wombat.
in the world that has cube-shaped poo. Some experts believe it's used to mark territory since it doesn't roll away. Others believe it's because of the dry environment they live in. I think it's
The poops. And the cute poops in the cube. It's like a Lego, I think. Oh, just because of the environment, I think. The poop in the shape. Square shapes. This is interesting. Unique one.
Because it might have a square-shaped colon. But what do I know?
Oh, give me a square-shaped cologne, please.
19. In Australia, you can find the only living specimen from the Triassic period, over 350 million years ago. It's the lungfish, the only fish that can breathe air with a single lung in dry periods when there isn't enough water in the streams. It hasn't changed much in the last 110 million years.
The same beauty, okay? The same beauty.
Number 20. The famous Australian drop bear is actually just a tale for tourists.
Koala.
The predatory, huge version of the koala won't attack you during your journey, so you don't have to put a fork in your hair, spread Vegemite behind your ears, or speak with an Australian accent.
Okay,
all of these tips are believed to help scare the monster away.
No need.
21. In 1979, the town of Esperance in Western Australia fined NASA $400 for littering in a public park.
Littering?
From the
NASA?
Space Station
what are you doing?
Lab happened to land there. NASA refused to pay the fine for over 30 years.
$400.
There's a fire in New South Wales that's been burning for over 5,500 years.
Oh my, 5,500 years?
100 feet beneath Mount Wingan. Wingan is what the Aborigines call fire, and they used it for cooking, warmth, and so on. 23. Every year, the Cockroach Racing World Championship takes place in Brisbane. The first one took place in 1982, and ever since, it's become a big hit.
Oh, it's a big hit and a big event
or so.
You can
either bring your own roach or buy one directly at the event venue. 24. Australians tend to invent nicknames for everything.
Is it?
Aussie, which is short for Australian. Brissy is Brisbane. Footy is football. Good day is good day.
Good day.
Arvo is afternoon.
Arvo.
And Barbie is barbecue. Keep it
Barbie
in mind
is
when you
barbecue.
Visit Australia.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what they call their own country. 25.
Australia.
Australia could have been Dutch.
Australia.
Dutchman Abel Tasman discovered Australia in 1642, over 100 years before James Cook in 1770. However, the British took over the land, and decades later, New Holland became Terra Australis, and then Australia. Abel Tasman got the island nation Tasmania named after him. So, which of these facts sound like the craziest to you? Let me know down in the comments.
That was amazing facts that I know about Australia. With this video, I really do love this kind of video because it's something like they have some humor and the in the illustration also. I do love it, and I was so shocked to hear there's a lot of amazing things, or the things that only happen in Australia. Most of the coolest thing that I think is about Australia just now I say is where we can actually rent a grandma. I really shocked to hear that because you know, we can rent or call somebody that call nanny, but in Australia you can rent a grandma who will love you, will cook for your family, will taking care of everything. That one was so amazing. And what else that made me shocked is another thing, the cockroach race. It's only happened, I think, only in Australia, and there's a lot of things that we heard 25 things that only happen in Australia to really help, especially me and everyone who didn't know much about Australia. With this video, I can learn about things that happen only in Australia. I can learn about the community in Australia and everything that interesting, amazingly happening only in Australia. You know, it's very good things to know everything that. Okay, thank you so much for everyone who already watching with me. Thank you, and if you really really like this video, please do share and drop a comment also. And thank you for everyone who already subscribed my channel. Please do so if you're still not subscribing it, because I'm gonna really need and really appreciate it. Thank you everyone. Until next video, see you, goodbye.
You went away.